It's week 5 of the National Football League, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Jaguars and the Bills, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The second of our 5 international games this season, the Jags and Bills underway here in North London. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And bringing them out is the rare southpaw in his 4th year, coming off his best season as a pro, Tua Tagovailoa.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week: 18 carries, 92 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
Valdez-Scantling in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stop the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That's returnable for Craycraft. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Bringing them out is a guy who has spent a decade as a starter in this league, the 2019 Comeback Player of the Year, Ryan Tannehill.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development. But he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
They'll run with the undrafted rookie from TCU, Amari DiMercato. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Tannehill changing the look. Second and 6. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. After the turnover, it's Tua. And he will find his man Samuel. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Jones again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Prater's kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Their 2nd drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
You look at this Jaguar defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The give is to DeMercado. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The Bills at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Look at the block in the back. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Now Tannehill going to move him around. On the handoff, it's DeMercado. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now an audible here into something else. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed.
The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On the ground, it's DeMercado. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Amari DeMercado with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Did my eyes deceive me? Or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit and finish this game up the score.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. In motion right comes Reed. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Jones. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Here's Craycraft on the return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now Tannehill looks to change things up. A run, it's DeMercado. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and now long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. That's caught by the rookie Jaden Reed. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time. Looking to pass. Tua. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
On second down, it's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This taken in right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? They'll start on the ground here on first down. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. Play action. It's Tannehill. On the move to his... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, and they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our creative village. Both teams making their final adjustments. We're closing in on the second half. And for the call, let's get you back over to London, where we rejoin Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's DeMercado. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Steps away. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Tua now on first down. Samuel bringing in the slant. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, standing. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Julian O'Quara. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. They got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Craycraft on the return. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4.
Now they run. It's Mason. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
Now Mason. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Tannehill changing the look.
2nd and 11. On the screen, this is Mason.
He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill out to his left. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead here in this third quarter. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. Short throw underneath to Hurst. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
An inside give to Jones. And a loose football.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Mason. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They'll run again with Mason. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mason. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Tannehill going to move him around. On 2nd down, it's Mason. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And now out come the Jags. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play in the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd down and 8. Up the middle, Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's returnable here for Craycraft. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Mason. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Let's go.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mason. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot. They'll run on 1st down.
Mason. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
On 2nd down now, it's Mason, and he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now Tannehill looks to change things up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 3rd down, Mason fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. So a big one coming now for Aldrick Rosas. This will get the lead up to 7. Rosas' kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So now the Jags down by 7, just under 2 minutes to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down.
Now Tua.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Tua. Able to find Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Throwing Tua. Finding Samuel.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Tua.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Tua.
Got an open man. It's Valdez Scantling. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Here's Tua. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Tua. A short throw caught by Andrews. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Tua to throw. That is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Tagovailoa.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Bills, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.